Okay, this morning we're looking at body image issues, and this morning I'm joined by author Danielle Miller, weight loss expert Sally Simons. Hi Sally. Our health and fitness guru MediaClips and fashion editor Bahar Edmondon. Good morning, girls. Okay, if we're talking body image, smoking. We know it's bad for us. You're not allowed to smoke on streets, you're not allowed to smoke in restaurants, you can't smoke at the beach, but we continue to let people eat unhealthy foods, live unhealthy lifestyles. So should we demonise obesity?
I think that's a really interesting way of comparing the two. And if we look at smoking, for example, in the last 50 years, we've managed to halve the number of people in Australia smoking. Now, you can imagine the burden on our society if today twice as many people were smoking as they are now. Now, let's take a look at heart disease. The #1 killer of Australian men and women is heart disease, and the #1 cause of heart disease is obesity-related illnesses, diabetes, blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart attacks. So it is a serious epidemic, and I think we do need to be treating it in a similar way as we looked at smoking 50 years ago.
But sorry, I was just going to say, it's ridiculous, though, to suggest, should we be letting people eat particular foods? I mean, how would you possibly monitor that? Will we be going to people's houses and putting chains on their fridges? You know, we're all adults. At the end of the day, also, there isn't necessarily a direct correlation between your body size and your health. We know lots of very thin people can be incredibly unhealthy and have very unhealthy lifestyles, and they may well smoke to be thin. So it's a complex issue, and I don't think there are simplistic answers.
But I think demonising, for a start, is the wrong word, because it's not evil to be fat. It's not such good behaviours to go and eat, you know, piles and piles of McDonald's if you are overweight. But the issue is that we are surrounded by, to lose weight you must go on a diet, whereas in actual fact diets are really, really unsuccessful in terms of long-term weight loss. Or if you adopt some other kind of weight loss method, it's all about a 12-week program, this or that. It's telling people what they should do, and people can't stick to it. The issue is, you know, there's no one-size-fits-all quick-fix plan for what's in your head.
But giving up smoking is, they say, harder than giving up heroin. We will as a society, very easily tell people, you're smoking, that's bad for you, you should give up. But we are not so willing to say, you're fat, in fact, you're obese, and that's just as unhealthy for you.
Oh, I don't know. I just think that you're... First of all,
but we don't say that.
And if we do say that, we're struck down by lightning. The other thing is that what do? With obesity, there are many contributing factors, and it might be someone who's sitting at home eating piles of pavlova, or it may be that someone is overeating good food. You can get fat from both things, but cigarette smoking is very, very precise. You know that they're taking one toxic substance. So to demonise fat is just one other problem for a woman to deal with.
Is being obese or very large good or bad for you?
But also, look,
is it good or bad?
It's bad for your health.
But is it good or bad for you?
Being obese isn't healthy.
Okay.
It's bad for you.
Okay.
It's bad for you,
You
but
can
not
die.
demonic.
Yes.
But it's bad for you psychologically as well.
Yeah, but
Kerri,
you
also
your body
made the
dies.
point.
That's a fairly big part on the scale. 1 to 10 dying sort of works for me.
When you think of heart disease being the #1 killer in Australia,
and then followed by diabetes.
Yeah, and well, that is a part of heart disease, and you think that obesity-related illnesses cause that. But there needs to be a cultural shift, and you're absolutely right, Bahar. It's got to come from many, many different angles, not just, you know, saying to someone you're fat and it's your fault, but actually looking at society in general. Look at McDonald's. They have free Wi-Fi. They have the playground for the children. They have air conditioning. They have parking, they have cheap food. They make it so easy.
McDonald's, and I'm not obese. You see, that's where I think demonising certain things is actually strange. Look, I like McDonald's. I eat fast food occasionally.
And also, Kerri, and you said that we don't say to fat people, you're large. We do. We absolutely do. If you are a larger person, you are incredibly ostracised in this culture. You are told at every turn that you don't fit in. Our definition of beauty is incredibly narrow. We only ever see ultra-thin, ultra-young, ultra-airbrushed models.
Well, we'll be talking about airbrushing very shortly, girls, but thank you for that input. We've got a lot more coming up, news headlines also. Again, we're talking diet, why women sometimes feel guilty about giving up their diet, in fact more so than they do cheating.
Now I told you twice, we gon' light it up.